up and I feel like cash. Wake up and I feel like M's. My foot stays pressed on the gas. I'm glad I don't feel like them. They might just get flexed on. Got that spice like Szechuan. Can't be touched, I'm Teflon. Once I met Zac Efron. Go hard for the bros and the bros hot mom. Don't think for a sec that I won't drop on. Wanna stay for the show? Just log on to RoneDotCom. Get knocked off and we still rock on. Come to the pound, see a real top dog. Wanna stay for the show? Then just log on to RoneDotCom.
Yizzo, RoneDotCom. We are back. Another day. Pay Big T, bro. Pay Big T what he deserves. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pay June. Pay Rudy, bro. Pay. You know what? This is the glad tidings that I'm on today. I hope all of you guys get paid. You know what I mean? I hope everybody in this chat gets paid. Big RoneDotCom, big day, big guests coming on, and riches for all of us. You know what I mean? Why not just fucking riches across the board for all of us? And more importantly, pay Sass, dude. Start off by fucking paying Sass. Let's call him, dude. Let's fucking call Sass right off the rip. Let's fucking call Sass right away, dude. We need to just be like, hey, whole chat saying pay Sass. Pay Sass with Rone salary. What the fuck? We got his ass. Bro's acting career bound to take off after last night's episode. Facts. Pay Sass regardless, dude. Get the king on the fucking horn. Sass, my bro. I know he's not Oh, god damn it, dude. I feel like Jaylen Brown right now. Abject embarrassment to have one of my teammates not pick up. Guy sleeping. He can't be. He can't be sleeping. I would match Sass's 401k contributions. It's the least that I could do. Another day in the New York City office. It's booming. Things are looking up around here. I'll tell you that much. Things are looking up and away around here. Big changes will be coming to the New York office. That I promise you. I'm not at liberty to say what they all are yet, but there will be things changing, you know what I mean, in all different directions. All different directions. New eras, ends of eras. It's just, there's stuff happening, and that excites me. As a guy, as a squeaky wheel guy, happy to squeak. Firing squad? No. They would never do that. They would never do that. And if so, God, I hope they let me carry one of those fucking... God, I hope they let me, you know what I mean, fire off. Big show today. Exciting show today. We have at the 9:30 hour, 9:30 is not an hour, at the 9:30 time slot, we have Nicky Smokes coming on to make his case about why he deserves more money than Big T and why Jesus is his Lord. I saw Nicky Smokes come over the top saying that he had a hole in his heart that was filled by the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So we're evangelizing this morning. That I promise you. We'll do a little bit of evangelizing this morning, and maybe we'll find out who among our coworkers really need Jesus. I saw Casey Smith in the comments of the video, and she was like, fuck yeah. So it seems as if she is already evangelized. I honestly should have got Casey on to see who she and Nikki could drag across the finish line to salvation. Who wasn't yesterday supposed to be the rapture? Did you guys see that shit on TikTok that the 23rd was supposed to be the rapture? If it happened overnight and this is heaven, I wouldn't be shocked. With you guys around, I would not be surprised if the rapture had happened and we were just ascended into heaven. And maybe that's why Nicky Smokes was woke to it. Nicky Smokes just fucking awake for the ultralight beam, for the God dream. But yeah, they said Big T is Judas. Maybe. Well, I definitely won't be Peter. I will not be denying him 3 times. In fact, there will be no denials on this show. Maybe Sass got raptured. I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know. If we're still here, is that a bad sign? Is that a bad sign? It can't be a bad sign. Shout out to all the brothers that are in here. Shout out to all the brothers over on Fox Sports, the #1 fucking morning show in America by my metrics. Annika's the Virgin Mary. She can't be. She can't be. She cannot be. I just told Tyler that I'm come next week, because it's another week, just being like, hey, what can you do to get this to get up this show on the road, to be outside, get the streaming backpack, and I am going to send them a credit card number next week. If we do not have it, I will just independently do that, because we want to make this shit happen. So, Nikki Smokes coming on at 9:30, 10 o'clock, return of Power Rankings, the return of Power Rankings, Barstool style. The return of Power Rankings. Power Rankings are a very divisive subject at Barstool because everybody wants them. Everybody wants them to happen, but nobody wants to be the bad guy that gives negative power rankings. So we have just the person to come in and give these power rankings at the 10 o'clock hour. Power rankings will be coming in, but behind the scenes, there is thin-skinned ego massaging that needs to happen. You do a power ranking and somebody thinks they had a good week and then they don't get put in the power rankings. I mean, this comes back to when the power rankings were on the vlog. Like, it was all-out war. People's egos are fragile in here, all the way up to the top. The egos are fragile in here. People, and I'm sure I'm guilty of it from time to time, but if people don't get the accolades that they feel that they deserve, they will complain. They will complain, even though it's an arbitrary power ranking, but we will have the power rankings in here. Maybe feathers will get ruffled, or maybe it will be this rapture God beam of positivity. Rone, come to Brazil. Least I could do. What are your thoughts on code switching? It's a must. It's a must. It shows emotional intelligence. Code switch. You gotta code switch. What do you think the Native Americans were doing? The code talkers in World War II, they were code switching, and that's how we beat the Nazis. Ron, have you listened to Smokes and Annika's podcast? It's actually pretty good. Yeah, I listened yesterday, honestly. I listened to Smokes and Annika's podcast yesterday because they put out a banger of a promo. The way that they did clips and the way that they kind of teased everything, I liked that promo style. Call her daddy-esque is the way that I said it. And I called Nicky Smokes afterwards. I was trying to get to the bottom of everything that was going on. And my brother sounded depressed. He sounded like he had a Jesus-sized hole in his chest. And I was like, you know what you need? The Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Philippians 2:15. And he got, later on that same day, he got the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But I have listened to that podcast, and I like their back and forth. And I was trying to brainstorm with him ways that could be more successful going forward. And I think that I was encouraging him to do crossovers with other people from Barstool Sports, specifically people who were on the beach house with him, specifically Kadik and Ella. But I don't know. I mean, you can't force people to do stuff like that. But this weekend I was in Indiana, and not only did I get to hang out with Kadik and Ella in a new environment, but I got to meet all of both of their families. So I got to meet Kadik's mom and dad, who were not the drunkest people I've ever seen, but they were in the, top 5% of as drunk as people can get. And they were just loving life. And I didn't realize that they're Yinzers. I didn't know that Kadik is from Pittsburgh, and that fucking contextualizes him and his family so much. They had that downtown, Steelers game, Steelers, with they replaced the L's with W's, a Steelers game. It's that grimy, good-ass accent, and it contextualized him so much for me. We have this absence of Steelers energy, of true Pittsburgh energy. Obviously, Jersey Jerry Pittsburgh fan. Obviously, Nick Pittsburgh fan. But Nick is from a pocket of West Virginia that's like the metropolitan utopian West Virginia, where there's flying cars and skyscrapers. Nick doesn't have that real chewy West Virginia accent and upbringing. But Kadik, that man chews on steel beams like Frank the Tank on a pair of glasses. Kadik is the real deal. Like, that man is a Pittsburgh hill climber. That man is a neighborhood bar dweller. And I could tell it with his family. It contextualized it so much. I have so much love for the people of Pittsburgh. That's a real fucking city. That's a city that if you're coming from a different country and you want to smell what America's like, you go to Pittsburgh, dude. That's a city that wears like sports clothes 300 days of the year. Like, you're wearing the Penguins jersey, you're wearing the Steelers jersey. That's a real ass city. And seeing his parents and talking with them about like Pittsburgh Central Catholic and Aliquippa and all that, like, that's what fired me the fuck up. I think that's salt of the earth people. Those are good folks, and it makes me see Kadick in a new light, and all it took was one night. The other person that I got to meet is Mr. Moneybags himself, Ella's dad. And oh my Lord, that man is a specimen. Khaki shorts, collared shirt, tucked in, expensive belt on, hat, maybe some Sperry's or something like that, loafer vibes. This is after the show. Everybody is wrecked. We had just seen Ella Griff try to get Dirty Dancing by Kadick, and she got pile drove into her head. She's as scrambled as a human being can be. Her sister's there, equally scrambled. They are speaking in tongues. This man has it together. This man has been drinking as much of them, but he is an absolute specimen. I said, sir, I need to shake your hand for multiple reasons. One, is it $5 or $4? $5! Good God almighty. $5. Had to shake his hand for that. Two, the way that he was presenting himself at such a late hour was this high level of composure, and I didn't smell a drug on him. I think that he's just one of those individuals that buzzes at a high level. He's very put together. And three, my understanding that he was bankrolling a $70,000 a year operation from his one daughter, and that there's 5 of them. So let's call that $350,000 a year. Disposable, on top of tuition, on top of all the other fees. So say tuition, I mean, that, I don't think that's in-state. Are they from out there? I don't think that's in-state tuition. They're paying a premium. I mean, we're talking over $100,000 a kid a year. I said, sir, how have you come to be this affluent? Sir, how have you reached this peak of just monetary value? He said, I'm a money manager. I said, good Lord, of course you are. Let me introduce you to my friend PFT. He might have some mutual funds that you could move around. He might have some indexes that you could capitalize on. And I tried to get PFT into his clientele. He said, what about you? He said, maybe I could manage your money. I said, sir, I don't have enough of it. Sir, you couldn't make enough off what I have to support one semester of one of your daughters. I don't believe that it would be a profitable venture. But even the fact that he was that gregarious, that he was that open to shaking the hand, chopping it up, he said, wow, you really let those kids have it down at the beach house. You weren't letting anybody off the hook. Him and Kadick's parents were both saying that. They're like, wow, you were really a stickler. We were really enjoying what you were doing out there. They're breaking my balls. He probably launders. Definitely not. Definitely not. He is just, you could tell that he was like top of the class, that he was top of the class, but he also had a good time on the weekend, which is the perfect equation for a money manager. You want a guy who's going to be able to schmooze, but you want a guy who's going to be able to booze. You want a guy who's not going to be able to lose, and you want a guy who's wearing Sperry's as his shoes. And that's exactly what he was bringing to the table. Cerebral guy, but he could hang, and I truly could not get enough of it. I truly believe that whenever you meet someone's parents, it brings them into this brand new like context, like this whole new light, and you kind of see, oh, this is where they come from. This is why they're like this. And it kind of gave me a whole new appreciation for Ella, gave me a whole new appreciation for Kadik. Already such big fans of them, but would love to see them cross over with Nikki and Annika. When does authenticity matter in this industry? I think it always matters. So they're going to be in, and then also on the 10:30 hour, 10:30, not an hour, 10:30 time slot, we are going to be going through the least likely roommate pairings in Barstool history. And this conversation came about because we were talking on this pop punk tour with Robbie Fox about how he used to live with Trent and how they got along great, but like they would go for weeks on end, or maybe like they would go for like a week straight and not say a word to each other, and it wasn't even a fucking problem. They would coexist within the same house and not like talk to each other at all, and it wouldn't be a problem. And we started kind of like scratching the surface of like, who are the great pairings? And I think that there was a time, and hopefully, so Tommy's going to be taking us through this. I think he has all the consumer research on this one. Frank and Alex Cooper is a great one. Fran and Mincy, obviously a great one. There was a time when Kate lived with Radio Bren and Chuck? Was it? No, it was Chuck and KB. Chuck and KB. It was Kate, Radio Bren, and like someone else. And it's just like, how did this come to be? But people kind of come to Barstool, and it's just this like, hey, do you want to like live together? I need a lease. And it winds up with these like very unlikely and fun pairings. Sass and Dukes, that was very fun. Very fun one. They said future ski house lineup, Rone. From my understanding, I could be wrong about this. It's not going to be a ski house, but it's going to be a spring break thing, but I'm not sure. Tour coming to Buffalo soon. Thoughts on acetaminophen causing autism? I'm just proud of myself that I could say acetaminophen, but I don't. For a long time in my life, like I had a hardo-ass group of friends, and we literally thought that Tylenol was a placebo. We did not think that Tylenol did anything. And I don't think that I've proactively taken much Tylenol in my life, which now I'm regretting because I could use a taste, you know? I think that I'd be much better at the dozen if I had taken a little bit more Tylenol in my life. And, you know, you look around the Barstool office and there are some Tylenol munchers in here. You know what I mean? There are some people that weren't swallowing the pills, they were chewing them, you know? There was people that were getting Ella's dad's credit card and chopping up the Tylenol, you know, putting it inside their nose, or, you know, putting it in the vial and putting it inside their, you know, inside their body. There's some Tylenol eaters in here. And if that's the case, great, you know? I think it is hilarious that there's like new news comes out, or I mean, and it's completely politicized, and right away everybody's like, fuck that, like I'm not fucking, like I'll take Tylenol all I want. Like I don't know if it's true. I'm not a doctor. I literally have no idea whether it's true or whether it's not true. I assume it's not true, but I don't know whether it is or not because I'm not a doctor. But people are automatically like, oh, you can't fucking say that. If somebody was right, though, on the chance that they are right, like your defiance in your want to be on your side versus the diametric opposite politically is going to have you in a weird space. But I would leave most of the science to the doctors. Is that crazy? Is that fucking nuts? It's from a Harvard and Johns Hopkins study. Okay, so that makes me believe it more because Harvard and Johns Hopkins, those people sound smart. Extra strength autism. Buy stock in Aleve. Yeah, that's what they're saying. That Aleve is really strong. You know, Celebrex, the anti-inflammatories. But the more you learn about it, everything has something bad with it. You know, fucking the Celebrex is, you know, people will say it leads to this, or like people will say that the fucking ibuprofen leads to that, you know. They say you can't drink. They say you're not supposed to smoke weed anymore. They say that lifting too much is bad for you, but they also say that long runs are bad for you now. Like you get too old and you start doing too much cardio is bad for you, but high intensity training is hard for you. What is good for you anymore? What the fuck can I do that's healthy for me anymore? I'm trying to be like Safari and just chew on a fucking regular ass leaf, but I don't even know if that's good enough for me anymore, because there's going to be people who are super into protein that are going to be into a raw diet that want me to eat nothing but unpasteurized liver or whatever. You can't drink and drive anymore, like the chat's saying. It's absolute bullshit. Oxygen makes you gay, they're saying. It's absolute bullshit. And you listen to too many people and you wind up being an absolute crazy person. And you don't listen to enough people and you wind up being an absolute crazy person. And you wind up with this tightrope that you're just trying to balance out. They said Barstool would be out of business if it wasn't for Tylenol. Dave really should, his hiring process, he should be going to the CVS and the Dwayne Reed and just see who like rings the bell for the Tylenol. You're hired, son. Who is really hunting down Tylenol? Dante is the truth. I feel that. Annika tweet. What's Annika tweet? What's my sister Annika tweeting about? King Krabby P. Did he get a raise? How much is a raise? What is his new salary? Is that that's what we want to talk about? I mean, we're about to have Nicky Smokes on, so we could talk about that. Yeah, we could talk about that. Tylenol, you mean Rufalin. Dante makes more sense than Kelly Keegs and Kate. Well, I think that we just know where all these people's political leanings are, and your propensity to agree with them is completely based on, for the most part, what side of the aisle people are on. And if people can take stuff on a case-by-case basis and like use common sense. But I think a good litmus test is like when you find someone who's super hard on one side of the political aisle, you should just be asking them, if you are willing to have this conversation with them, what's one issue that the other side has that you agree with? And if they say nothing, then they're brainwashed. You know, there has to be at least one thing that they agree with. And if they can't pick one thing that the other side, they're like, oh, the other side's reasonable on that, then they're brainwashed. And then for the most part, their opinion isn't going to hold the same weight as somebody who has a rational take on things. But, I don't want to be, 95% of this company's political takes are, 95% of people are right there in the middle with me, and then it's the 5% of the crazies, 2.5% on either side. But that is the times that we are living in. And as a child, I used to think like, oh, we are moving towards harmony. We are moving towards the end of war and the end of racism. And then I got on Elon Musk's Twitter, and good God, the light is, what's the opposite of the rapture? You know what I mean? We are like drifting away from the light. We are not getting any closer to the light. And it's good for business. It's very good for business. Every religion and person is brainwashed a little bit at least. Sure. Everybody probably blackout tours are just mixing up the bags. Damn, Marshall's going to be mad at me. What do you mean mixing up the bags? Like the bag with the bag? The end of Grok 3. Top 5 funniest people at Barstool off camera in no order. Oh, that's a good one. Good one. I've never hung out with Yandel, so I have to put him aside. But you really have to think that these hockey guys are incredibly funny. Whitney has to be up there. The way that he can spin a yarn, incredible. So funny off camera. And it's not just like sports, because like obviously I'm friends and a fan of Pat Bev, and obviously I'm like friends and a fan of like Will and Taylor. The hockey guys are fucking different. So I would put Whit there, and I would put Biz in that conversation, but I would have put even Whit, like even off camera, like a notch higher than that. Off camera, it's crazy because off camera, like, people do, like, you have the real conversations. Like, Biz, I'll have a real conversation with them. Francis, I'll have a real conversation with them. Sass, I'll have a real conversation with them. So Sass has to be up there. I think that Tommy is very funny off camera. I think that he's very enjoyable off camera. Who the fuck else? Like, I mean, it's like funny off camera and just a good ass hang are two different things. Like, for example, I think Large is funny, but like it more so just like a good hang, and like there's a long leash on the hang with Large. Like, you could just hang out with him for fucking ever. You know, he's just it's crazy because off camera, it's like, Frankie Borelli. Frankie Borelli is definitely up there. He's one of the funniest people to hang out with off camera. Like, he just has stories and like a good perspective. Ebony is funny. Pull up the page of point. You know, Large is very funny. KB is funny off camera, but like his funniness on camera comes from planning that doesn't feel like planning. So, you know, it feels natural, which is how it should be. But when you talk to him interpersonally, he's just like a normal and like very cool and funny guy. Stu, I think is funny. He's not on my list. Fights is more of just like a very, very nice guy. Junior the Rude Boy, he would just fall into like good hang category, like fun to chop it up with. When does Pat Bev officially take over the New York office? Good question. Fair question. Did I say 5? I don't fucking know. But that's a good feel for it. Do you still have bad blood for Big Cat voting you off? No. That is a game show. Clicky. Nick is very funny off camera. It like depends on what the setting is and like what you're talking about and like how you're like chopping it up. Like, it's like, I will say this: Barstool is an incredibly gossipy place. Like, an incredibly gossipy place. Once the cameras are off, you know, the people who watch Barstool, obviously, and the people who are very invested at Barstool like to talk about Barstool. But within the walls of Barstool, you get these boys going in here, and I don't know about the ladies as much, but I have heard this past weekend that there are like girl group chats of like, and there's multiple different girl group chats, and so you know that. You know what I mean? The sewing circle is active. The hens are pecking. But that, bears true for the males, too. These males are so fucking gossipy. When I say it's bravo for men, I fucking mean that. And I saw that going around on TikTok recently. Somebody saying Barstool is bravo for men. My wife even said it to me. She was like, someone said a funny thing, Barstool's bravo for men. I was like, dude, I said that fucking 17 years ago. Are you, that's patented my line. But that's fine. Other people can use it. I don't mind because it's the facts. They said spill the tea. I truly could never. I wish I could. Like, I'm the type of dude that likes to chip away at it and like try to like lead you guys to just like a shred of the light. But there is so much of it that my spot in the gossip network would dry up if I truly let it out, and my life would be immeasurably worse because there's some people in here that will bring a trench coat with something long under it, and we're gonna really see what the security people are like if we really let it out of the bag. Congrats on engineering another Barstool couple with Jackie and Danny Roan. I did not engineer that, but Danny Conrad might be in my top 5 list of like funniest people, just like on the street, like their ability to just like be funny in like just a regular setting. So that maybe rounds out my top 5. Danny Conrad in there. Nikki Clicky, yes, amazing. Janny, yes. We're talking Nicky Clicky, but we have another Nick on the line in the nick of time. My boy,
Whoa.
Sideways. My boy sitting sideways.
What's good, brother?
What's up, my beast? How are you, my brother?
Good, bro. Good.
So good to see you.
Likewise. It's always a pleasure.
Um, what's our Bible verse of the day? Bless us with something.
I was reading Romans 7 this morning, and it was essentially talking about how we can't defeat sin by ourselves, and we can only do it through Christ Jesus. So I don't have the exact quote, but that's what I was reading this morning.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Christ Jesus
Yeah.
on the side, and sometimes you need your bros to like link up with you as well to defeat sin.
Yeah. Or sometimes they get you into more sin, but yeah.
Wait, are you saying I'm getting you into more sin?
No, you would never do that, Ron. You would never do that, Ron. Come
I
on now.
truly think I have your best interests in mind. Whenever I feel like I'm always trying to like think of what can make you more successful. Do you think that that's the case, or do you think I lead you down the path of snakes, slings, and arrows?
Well, sometimes that's the best route to go in this game that we play, but I do feel like you have my best interest and you try to show me the light. And I believe that this place thrives off chaos, and that's kind of when we're at our best. And a lot of people kind of shy away from that. Whereas you're the one who kind of likes to see the fire burn, but that's because you know it makes good TV. So I think it's a little bit of both. However, I do think overall you do have my best interest. I do believe that.
I feel like I'll hit you up and be like, hey, let's try this, or like, you know what I mean? Like, even like, hey, keep on, even after the week one of Beach House, I feel like
Yeah.
you and I had a good talk, and I was like, bro, fucking stay yourself. Continue to be yourself. You're being yourself will be what gets you to the other side of this. And then you wound up, having an explosive time down there.
Yeah, it was electric. And honestly, if it had it not been for that phone call, I really don't know what I would have done. So thank
Yeah,
you
because
for
I
that.
feel like you were like, I'm going to sit back and twiddle my fucking thumbs. Fuck this.
Yeah, it's because it's like no matter what I did, everyone had something to say, and then they were calling me a rapist. They were calling me this, and it's like all this other fucking bullshit that was just so ridiculous that I was like, is it even worth it? Like, let's see like what happens if I just sit there and shut up and not say a word, and like let's see how great the show is. But I mean, you talked me out of that, and I think it ended up being a great thing for everyone overall. So
I also feel like you're a guy who's not afraid to lean on other people for advice. You'll reach out to other people. So if I'm one of your consiglieres, who are your other consiglieres? Who are the people that you reach
yeah,
out to for advice? Who are people that lead you onto the righteous path, who you can trust?
yeah. I mean, outside of family, if I'm sticking with just people in the office, Nick Terraney, he's probably my 1-1. Mook, Annika, and
Of
I feel
course.
like that's kind of like my big three right there. I feel like what got me, I don't want to say in a lot of trouble. I just feel like I trusted too many people in this office, and I thought I had more actual friends than I really did. And just people talk a lot, and they might not really have your best interest, and word flies around here like wildfire. So I kind of just keep it between those three, and then my mom, Jesus, and my therapist.
Hell yes, the real Holy Trinity. We were just talking about how gossipy Barstool is.
Yeah.
It's pretty gossipy.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of what we sign up for, right? I feel like that's what does the best numbers.
Facts, but like, have you ever like? I feel like you reach out to Francis or maybe even like Wit. Like, are there
Yeah,
other people, but just like from time to time?
yeah, that's just a time to time thing. I mean, me and Witt really only talk during hockey season, and Francis is more so. Um, I don't know. He's brilliant. I wouldn't say he's like my best friend in the world, but sometimes it's good for me to pick his brain, kind of see where he's at, because he's slipped up a couple times. I'm one that slipped up, and I don't know. Sometimes he's just the right person to reach out to.
Who do you feel like that? You said people have led you astray.
I wouldn't say intentionally. I'd say people might have loose lips, and things that I tell them end up circulating around, and it could come back and bite me in the ass. And no, I'm not telling you who I think that is either.
I didn't. I was going to ask that. I want to talk. I want to talk about the Big T situation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you pissed off?
Um, I'm not as pissed as I was. I will say that he did the right thing. He texted me. He asked me to come into the macro studio and talk to him. So I respected that. And I also understand that when you feel like you're doing an elevator pitch with Dave and he wants to get out of there, you're going to say something stupid. I've done that plenty of times. So I understand where he was coming from there. I guess the only thing that really stung was when I found out that me and him already make the same amount of money. So why was he using me as a benchmark? You know what I'm saying? Like if he was making less than me, yeah, bro, like use me, like let's get up here. But if you're already making more than me, I feel like you're kind of throwing me in there for no reason, because if I'm the benchmark, it doesn't and you're already there. I'm not really understanding
Yeah, if he
why
wants
my
more than
name's
you,
being
he's like,
thrown into that.
he's saying, I'm better than this guy.
Right. And it's like, well, I mean, I'm not the one that warrants that or like ranks people on a list on who's more valuable than what. But I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That part of the message I didn't like once I found out we were kind of on the same playing field, and then just constantly like being lumped in with Mincy nonstop is kind of. I was more. How do I say this without like,
Throwing
you
Mincy
know,
under
like
the bus. Because you're about to do the same thing Big T did to you to Mincy.
right, but I'm not trying to throw Mincy under the bus. I'm not saying, oh, Mincy's this, I should be making X, Y, and Z as Mincy. It's more so I feel like, and it's really anytime like people like Dave, like he just lumps us as if me and Mincy are the same person. We're not the same person. We're two completely different people.
Yeah, why do you
And
think he does that? Because you fucked up before or what?
yeah, because I fucked up. I'm low hanging fruit. I feel like it's one of the easiest things for anyone to do is just throw shots at me because they know I'll fucking eat it, and that's kind of just been the way of the land ever since I came here. So yeah, I feel like it's just an easy thing for them to do.
Annika asked 3 questions about Big T. Well, before she gets into those, do you think Big T would have apologized to you if this had never come out?
Um, I don't think he would have had to apologize if it didn't come out, and I know that's gonna sound weird, but you know, contract negotiations are contract negotiations. Like Big T, he's getting married. I know he just bought a wedding ring. Like you don't really know what someone's going through, and if he's having a conversation that he doesn't think's going out, and he thinks using me as a benchmark could potentially help him make more money, I mean, I can't fault him for that. You know, pro athletes do that all the time. I know we're not professional athletes, but you know, this is a contract
Well,
based
their
job.
agents do that though. Like it's not like Justin Jefferson is going in being like, "Well, Jamar Chase is making this much." His agent's doing that, so he can maintain his relationship with his LSU brother.
Yeah, but I mean, Ron, you know, ball. Like you think the wide receiver isn't telling his agent, well, so and so is getting X, Y, Z. I should be getting that money, and then the agent relays that message. I feel like they're both on the same page in terms of that.
Fair enough. Annika asked, "Did he get a raise? How much was the raise? What is his new salary?" She's
I don't
riding for
know.
you.
Yeah, that's like I said, we might not be together, but that's my girl, and I'll always have her back, and she'll always have mine, and I'm grateful for that.
Dude, is anyone else in the chat like kind of sensing a sadness in Nikki Smokes?
Dude, there's no sadness. Come on.
There's a little bit of sadness, dude. I think, like, what's the last couple of weeks been like since you've been back? Are you fucking?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Okay,
pretty
thank
active.
God, thank God.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right, I was
active.
worried
I'm
that you
active.
were like that you weren't fucking or something like that.
No. That's not the case. That's not the case. Look, man, you know this, and this job is very highs and lows. When the highs are highs, it's great. When it's low, it's low. And I'm just trying to, you know, stay balanced, stay level.
Okay,
And
chat
some,
saying that you sound grounded. They're saying you sound. They don't say. They're saying not sad. You sound grounded.
yeah, yeah. I think that's more than fair. I wouldn't say I'm walking around moping, depressed, but there is a certain level of I'm tired of being all the way up here, and I'm tired of being all the way down here, and I just need to find this medium.
And what's the like cure to that? How do you find that? Is it just like this show being successful? Because I was saying earlier, I think it's a good show. I like the way that you're doing the promo. I like the way that you guys are going back and forth. You guys kind of give it and take it to each other.
Yeah.
No pun
Well,
intended.
I mean, you're not lying though. That I'm glad you brought that up, Rum, because I used to always feel like, all right, I'll feel fulfilled when I first got hired at Barstool, right? And don't get me wrong, like that feeling was amazing the first 3 months, I was very fulfilled. But then that kind of fades out. Then it turned into, okay, once I have a show, if I have a show that becomes very successful, am I going to feel fulfilled? And I haven't had a show that I would consider wildly successful because none of them have brought in money. So I guess my question to you, as someone who's put out so much good content and has had many successful series, do you feel like true fulfillment within yourself when you put something out that does really well, or does it come from within, whether it's your faith, your family, your wife, etc.?
God, no, I don't feel fulfilled when I put out something that people like or that's good. And even if you do, you know, people are going to be like right away, what's next, dude? What do you got? What do you have next? What are you working on next? That's, you know, my girl Miley Cyrus said it the best, dude. She said it's always going to be an uphill battle. You know what I mean? There's always going to be another mountain. She said it's the climb is what she said. And I think a lot of people who are like, you have to find joy in the journey and you have to find fulfillment in the work. I think that those people are onto something. Now, when I hold my twin son boys and I like squeeze the fuck out of them and they like smile and laugh and I put my like head into that, it makes Molly feel like I'm hungover. You know what I mean? It makes the hardest and most explosive drugs in the world feel like a bad thing. Like they have me in the negative. It is truly the most insane, incredible level of like, not only it's like fulfillment, but like it almost turns into a fear that this isn't going to like last. I'm like, oh my God, dude, I need to bottle this emotion up and like be super aware of what's happening. So that to me is the best thing. Like have my family close to me. It rules so hard. Not even on like some evangelical, like you got to do this. It's like, no, for me, it's the best thing. It's so cool for me. And it makes like that's why it's easy to like come in and like, treat Barstool like a job and like it's clinical and like go home and be able to compartmentalize those two things. So I mean, I'm not saying you got to go knock somebody up right now.
I mean, Ron, that was a beautiful message. The passion that just came out of you talking about that. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. And I feel like I need to stop fucking stuttering all the time. Holy shit.
No one's noticing. I don't mind if you stutter. I stutter.
I want to find my fulfillment through Jesus, but I want to I still obviously want to be very successful here. Like I care. And I guess that's what kind of drives me crazy and why I need to find the fulfillment outside. Because if I'm strictly dependent on my happiness being centered around, this video of Nikki Smokes did really well. Everyone loves me today. And then next day, boom, bad video. Oh, what the fuck is he doing? Lazy piece of shit, yada, yada, yada. I'm never going to be steady.
That's because that's because in that scenario, you're putting your self-worth into the positive comment. And if someone's like, you're the man, you're like, I am the fucking man. And if somebody, then you give them the keys to the kingdom. And then they're like, you're actually not the man. And you're like, fuck, I'm not the man. And it's like, well, then they're in charge of your feelings. And it's like, and I think everybody falls into that. Literally, I'm sure Big Cat goes through that. And I'm sure like, whoever the opposite of Big Cat is, that we won't even say because we're not trying to bring people down. But I think that everybody on the spectrum of Barstool goes through that. No acetaminophen. And I think that we are able to, I think that the more you can remove yourself from that is the truth path to being able to be fulfilled. Which brings me to my next question for you. If we're saving people at Barstool, who are 5 people that you would love to bring on a journey to Christ? Who are some people you'd like to hold hands with and be like, hey, come with me and see what this God shit's about. You know what I mean? See what JC has to offer, you know? See what the cross is like.
I like that a lot. Considering Annika told me she's an agnostic, I'd like to bring her with me. I'd like to bring Mook with me.
Oh, okay. Why? Why do you think Mook could use a little bit of Jesus?
Because I think he's very, very talented. And I feel like if he I don't know if he just
You get him on the
can't even.
stage, you know what I mean? If you could, if you
He's
could
got
harness that.
he's got something in him, and I feel like it could be stronger if he like I don't know
Yeah, yeah. If he
believed in a
unleashes
higher
it,
power.
speaking of the burning bush, you know what I mean?
Right. All right. So I go Mook. Honestly, let's get Big Cat in there. I'd love that because he's so busy all the time, and I just feel like he needs something in his spirit like to uplift him.
Right. Maybe he's trying to fill the hole with like all the work and content that he does, and maybe like, hey, Jesus is right there. You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah.
let him in your hole.
Yeah. Pause. But yes.
If it's Jesus, I don't even know if it's a pause. You know what I mean? Or maybe
Amen.
God. You know. But go ahead. Go
Amen.
ahead.
Let's see. So that's 3. Ella Griff, 4.
Needs it.
Needs it. Absolutely.
Needs it for sure.
And then 5, I feel like someone like Kadik with just the personality he has, he'd just be able to spread the word in such an amazing way. So I think that would be my 5. I'd go Annika, Ella, Kadik, Big Cat, and Mook.
That's a nice 5, dude. That's a nice starting 5 right there.
Yeah.
I'm riding into battle with that 5.
Yeah.
Fuck yes, brother. What other you have any other your content focus right now? Your content focus going forward. Tell me about it. What's the fall plan? What's the plan to get off this month to month? What's the plan to go into a meeting with Dave and be like, I should be making more than Big T?
I mean, dude, I think this month-to-month shit is fucking crazy, but I'm blessed to be here. Well, obviously, right now the show with Annika is top priority.
Friends No Benefits. Go subscribe.
Yes, please. Friends No Benefits. New episode dropped yesterday, so please like, subscribe, check that out. Very, very passionate about that. I think me and her have a great dynamic. We're obviously early. There's a lot of potential, I think, in that show.
Well, you guys aren't pussies about it. You guys will go back and forth on the show. You'll be like, "Can you let me talk? Let me finish my thought." Like you're in, you know what I mean? You have like this bickering that some people are afraid to do on their podcasts.
Yeah, it's very authentic. It's as if me and her were chatting in my apartment or something. So that's that. And then I'm working on an idea right now with Corey. It's called Building a Better Man. So essentially, I'm going to be like undouchifying myself.
That's
and
nice.
I think the plan is to, take a public speaking course, a mannerisms course like that, etiquette classes, and kind of just film that journey. And then the one what I really, really want to do is making a Florida man, where I take Mook or someone from up here and I take him to Florida and I kind of turn him into a Florida man.
Fire, brother. Well, I'm going to be along for the ride for the entire journey, and I think it can't go unnoticed how you're in that office 8:30. You know what I mean? Grinding regardless.
Yeah. I mean, that's whether I'm doing RoneDotCom or not. And I feel like that's also another reason why I kind of get pressed is when motherfuckers that aren't in this office on the outside looking in, acting like I do nothing. Like, bro, go check the numbers. That's all I have to say.
Right. Check the numbers. You know what I mean? Go stat for stat. You know, we go view for view.
Like, they don't know, but year to date, I'm top 10 blogger in the company. Like, go pull my analytics from my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and go see how much I've grown each and every single year. And I'm not here to beat my own dick. I don't want that. You
got girls to do that.
Exactly. Amen. I had Dan on the yak yesterday who had my back, which is the only opinion that truly matters. But it gets annoying when Egghead 006432 knows absolutely nothing. And he's tweeting at his ass like he knows what the fuck's going on. He's just a clueless piece of shit. Now, see, now I'm getting worked up, so now I have to relax.
Well, what they eat doesn't make you shit, and who they fuck doesn't make you come, brother.
Why do I know that bar?
That's Cole.
That is Cole.
That's Cole.
That is Cole.
It is.
Cole is cold.
Yeah, it's a cold world out here.
Forbidden fruit. Forbidden fruit.
Yes. You got it.
Right there.
You got it. Took a little trip. Good shit, brother. Always a pleasure to have you on. Rooting for you in whatever journey you have. And I also wish the bag for you, my brother.
Thank you. I love a bag. And to get off month to month, that's 1-1 right there.
And remember, as they say in South Florida, poder es servir porque Dios es amor.
Claro, claro.
All right, peace.
Bendición.
Be good,
Peace,
be good, my brother. Holy shit. Poder es servir porque Dios es amor. Pan de vida, cuerpo del Señor. The cup of blessing, the blood of Christ, the Lord. Of course, it's good to be able to chop it up with my boy, Nicky Smokes. Oh my God, dude. What an absolute beast. You know, today was supposed to be Nigeria Day. Deep down, it was going to be Nigeria Day. Before we get into the power rankings, maybe we get just a little taste of what Nigeria Day would have been like. Because I've been on a Nigeria kick, bro. I got to get out to Lagos. I got to start playing with my Legos. I got to build in Legos, if you know what I mean. I just have an affinity for Nigerian culture. It scratches my itch. And I found out they're going to be doing a battle rap event in fucking Nigeria, dude. I don't know if I should try to get out there for that. You know, obviously I've been to, let's watch some Nigerian clips when the Nigerian slips out. Some podcast, some I think British
Where
bros.
did the Nigeria versus Ghana thing actually start from?
You know what's mad? Because a lot of people don't even realize that there's two countries between Nigeria and Ghana.
Bro.
They had to traverse through, was it Benin,
Togo. Yeah.
to get back?
Yeah. Traverse is mad fresh.
Sorry, I just have to traverse through.
In the traverse.
They have to traverse through Togo.
When I got the motor, I have to traverse.
Is it?
That's what Pachando said.
You know, we have to.
Nigeria is in a state of traversion. It's in a state, the oil prices are in a state of traversion. And the economical effect of that.
They have to traverse through the Togolese people to get back to the Ghanaian side. Traverse is crazy.
It's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's my new one.
We're Leonard.
Even hearing them go from the British accents to the Nigerian accent is fucking amazing. Rome, Francis, and Sass to Nigeria would be great, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's a mad thing, really. Like, even just how they go from, like, the TH turns into an F. And so they say, so this girl, and that's how I know it's cool that I could do it, because she's in here with the fucking, she's talking with the real, like, the whole ass Nigerian accent, bro. Her shit is fucking crazy. And she's at Korean barbecue as a white girl in Nigeria. Like, this is the real multicultural shit that makes me know that code switching's okay. Good morning, Kevin. Let's watch this absolute queen talking her shit.
I said I want order beef. Now I said what is that? They said beef. I said beef what? They said beef from the cow. I said which part of the cow? Because the beef doesn't look like this. So. Huh? Which part of the cow is this one?
Huh?
Shaki is what part of the cow?
What part of the cow?
So the intestines, they don't come and chop for this thing. And for my band, this one I like it. Upon all the things I ate here, this is the one I like. Tana, come and give me this one complimentary.
Make you both plenty of children.
Hey. I bet tell your madam I want one.
You could kill it, but bro, so fucking funny. Even just hearing her talk like that, it reminded me of when my dad would call the Indian restaurant to order Indian food, and he would talk to the guy in the Indian in an Indian accent. He'd be like, "I'll have two samosas, beef rogan josh, chicken korma, tikka masala," like, and he'll fucking bobble his shit. It was so funny because, I mean, I don't know where that woman's from. If she what's their language? Yoruba? Like, I don't know if she speaks their language, but like, she didn't have to hit the accent to talk to him. He's speaking English, she's speaking English. It's not like he understands it better if you're talking like this, bro. She can still fucking say whatever. But I love when my Ethiopian bro does this as well. And I've heard like lots of Nigerians bros do this. They hit you with the it's so fucking good. Like, you start saying something back to them. What are you saying? Like, huh? What's that? What part of the cow is this? What part of the cow is this? Like, does he understand it better if you're... It's so fucking funny. Oh my God. It's truly hilarious. I think we might have Is this the cultural segment of the stream? Of course it is, brother. Like when people come to the South of Louisiana, they like to be like, hey, baby, what's going on, baby? The face she makes has to be problematic. I mean, but they're like loving her. So I don't think you can argue with it. And then this is the last one was also killing me. My cousin shared a video of how her flight to Nigeria went. Let's pay attention to the voices in the background. In the name of Jesus, I will not die. Oh my fucking God, dude. That's so funny. Oh my God. I have to get to Nigeria. I need to get to Nigeria so badly. I just want to see what they're about. And it's like, am I going to get in trouble if I go over there? And I'm like, excuse me, where is the closest hotel? Where can I get a good bite to eat? Like, are they going to be pissed off at me if I throw the accent at them? But it seemed like they like this. And I also think that they have like a very large swath of, they have a very, like a English-speaking population out there. They have a lot of English. Obviously, it's a very wealthy country, one of the wealthiest countries in Africa. But I've never been on Nigeria talk. Yeah, it's like, it's interesting over there. Like, it seems like they got some juice over there. Odds on Rome going to Nigeria. Before I expire, I will set foot in Nigeria. Trust me on that. That I promise you. They're saying Rone, Francis, and Sass to Nigeria. I mean, I would like it. I think realistically, I'd like to take them to a Renaissance fair first. Remake a little King Richard's fair like type vibe with them. I know Renaissance fair ends soon. How realistic is, do you think, Tyler, that we like drag their ass to a Renaissance fair next week? No chance. Are they gone next week? Or you just think it would just be tough? See, I don't think it's that unrealistic. I just have to fucking drag them, because I think they're both like now at this point down to do stuff, but it's like, do I have to fucking, you know what I mean? Bring them the fuck out. Remember Rome to Iran? Like, I still would love to go to Iran, and I watch Iran travel videos all the time. It is a statistical impossibility for me to go to Iran right now. Unfortunately, that's just the way that the world has spun. And like, nobody talks about how I got fucked mercilessly on that entire thing. Like, obviously, yeah, we want me to go to Iran, and that would be amazing. There was, of all the World Cup countries, there were so many fucking amazing countries that I could have gone to, and Iran was the one that it landed on. But like, if it was any of the other countries, you know what I mean, we would have been living. Whatever, no one gives a fuck about my complaints. Renaissance vid would go crazy. That's what I'm saying. I want to go. My order of things I want to do with Harry and Francis. I want to go to upstate to Francis's compound up there. I think that will happen probably in October. That is like a combination of I think it will happen and I want it to happen. I want to go to a Renaissance fair before that dries up, because I know the Renaissance fair season is finite. That doesn't go on for forever. And I'm not trying to go to fucking, medieval times. I want to be at the actual Renaissance fair, dropping a bag, having a good-ass time with the kids on the field trip, dressed up or whatever. So that's 2. 3, I want to go to Ireland. I want to go with those boys to Ireland. I feel like they would be able to take it. It's not that crazy of a flight, but it's like different. I think that is a 2026 realistic goal. Just the boys go to Ireland. 4 players are in fucking Australia every other month. We can't go to goddamn Ireland. And then number 4, we have to go to Nigeria. I think that would be sick. I think that would be next level and fun as hell. Ron and Francis take Sass trick-or-treating. Come to a real Mardi Gras. I mean, these are like drinking activities that you're talking about. Get it over with. Iran. Not going to go away. I can't go to Iran right now, unfortunately. Ireland sounds like a safer bet than Nigeria. I mean, not if you ask the cab drivers in Ireland. You want to hear some good old-fashioned racism, you get in a cab in Ireland. Those boys fucking let it fly. But even just being able to mix it up, get out there, have a fucking point. Take Column out there. Maybe Column Tyrrell takes us around out there. All these places, but refusing Iran. I'm not refusing Iran. It's on a no-fly list from the American government. Scotland is low-key lit, too. Edinburgh looks lit for sure. I just saw Brianna was out there. It looked dope. But also, it looks depressing a little bit. Sometimes it looks sad when you look at the skies in Edinburgh. And, yeah, it looks like fucking Harry Potter, but it also is, like, cloudy 110% of the time. It's time for power rankings. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, for the power rankings, the originator of the power rankings,
That's Keith.
the man himself, Eric Nathan. Welcome, my brother. Thank you so much for being on here.
What do I do with this?
You just talk into the mic. You're looking strong, my bro. Filling out that shirt. I know you've been back with the trainer, even though you haven't been posting it.
That was difficult. No, doing it on my own. Trainer got me hurt.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the split? What are we working with?
What do you mean?
Like, what kind of stuff are we focusing on? This section of your body looks strong.
Yeah, so I only put on muscle from like shoulders to here, arms so, and then all the fat, everything I eat just goes to my stomach. I'll never have stomach muscles.
That's fine. Stomach muscles are overrated. Girls don't want stomach muscles.
No, they hate them. Yeah.
Those are actually for the fellas. I brought you on to do some power rankings.
Also, Keith originated power rankings.
Keith did.
Gotta give the big guy upstairs credit.
K. Marco, who is getting rehired, I heard?
Yeah, I think that's one of the big changes to the New York office.
Yes, that's one of them.
Yes.
And so I'll read a text message exchange from us. I said, so like 10 tomorrow, you said, you got it, boss. You said you're going to give power rankings, and you said, I'm not going to say anything disparaging about anyone if that's what you're asking.
You're tricky like that. You understand that, where you do a lot of misdirection. So I wanted to make it clear, like, if you think I'm going to come in and start motherfucking people, that's not my intention.
Well, I would like it if you did, but that's not my intention.
That's not my intention.
It's not a requirement. And I said, not what I'm asking. I'm asking what your ranking will be. And you said, just being straight up, if you want me to bury people and say mean things, I'm not going to do that.
Well, you tried to get Pete to do that, and Pete gave you nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought you were like, all right, next man up.
I said, I'm not asking you to do that. I am saying, do you know what the ranking is so we can make a PowerPoint?
Okay, and I sent them.
And we have a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And so what is this ranking? So the power rankings, I was saying, like, it used to be a staple of the blog every week, and it was like some people would get upset about it.
So it worked really well when we moved to the first office, when there was like, I don't know, 10 to 15 of us, and everybody was friendly and on the same page. It was like during the Barstool to the Moon era, where everybody was like, just, we're going to make this thing into a powerhouse. And it would be like, haha, Riggs went golfing. Haha, Smitty played video games. You know, like what everybody did that week, highlighting it, but like with little jabs. And it worked really well.
Well, now it feels like haha, but I think at the time, people's feelings were hurt.
Only Smitty's.
No, don't say that. Actually, wait, I haven't. So Smitty.
Stop. Don't say you talked to him.
He last week I was raising money for Ebony, and Smitty donated money.
How did he get wind of it?
I'm not sure, but he donated money.
No way.
Which I thought was such a nice move, and the chat, shout out to the chat, raised over $1,500 for
Shit.
Ebony.
Thank you, Smitty.
So thank you.
I will
Smitty.
say, I'll put it out here now. The number one question I get is, have you talked to Smitty? What's Smitty up to? As far as I know, he has not replied to anybody in this office since that day last October, besides John Rich, because Smitty's wife's a vet and something was wrong with John Rich's dog. But no, he has not replied to me, nor like the baseball chat, Pick Central, nobody. You, Jordy, nothing.
But he donated money to this.
That's unreal.
To this cause, which is just a W move for him. And so
hope he's well.
Yeah, I also hope he's well.
Yeah.
Where did you leave things off with your relationship with Smitty?
Dude, there was a time where I would have thrown a parade, you know, if he blew up, you know, like I hated him, like real life hated him.
Oh, if he blew up, like physically,
yeah,
not like if he blew up.
No. If his head blew off his shoulders, and we became very friendly, and you know, we did podcasts.
How did that happen, or why did that happen?
We just laid down our swords, and we chose love, and we just became adults, and like it worked out well. We realized we had more in common than we had different, and we had a good relationship. And then, the whole thing happened on Barstool Radio in October, or Unnamed, about a year ago.
Yeah.
And
October 6th.
I mean, we're in like poker group chats that he hasn't replied to, that I'm like, he's just like taken himself out of the Barstool world, which honestly is like great for him. But, it would be cool to hear from him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's doing what he has to do.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? If he has to draw the line. Now, when you guys got back on the same page, was it him that did that, or was that you that did that?
I think it was both. Just
That's not how things work.
Of course it is. It was. It wasn't.
Both have to be willing, but one person has to take the first step.
I honestly, I don't know if there was like one meeting or anything. It was just like gradual.
But I think that other than Smitty, other people got butthurt about the power rankings initially.
Possibly, but I think everybody understood, and that was also when like the blog mattered, and like it was, always a top 5 blog. So I think even if people were upset, I think they got it. Like now, I don't know, a lot of people, and I just don't. I tried to bring them back maybe a year and a half ago or so, and it just didn't hit the same. So
Really?
It's like, hey, you know what?
Because you're
no, they
nice
were good.
Guy, you're a nice guy Nate now.
They were good. They
You're
were
nice guy Nate.
I am, but they were good. But it's like sometimes like you just let a good thing be a good thing. You don't have to bring back. It's like when they brought back Arrested Development. Sometimes you don't have to.
Or did you watch? Have you watched the new Office?
The Paper?
Yeah.
I watched the first 3 episodes and I was like, I get it.
I laughed out loud.
No,
like
it was.
once or
It's not bad. It was better than I thought, but I was just like, okay, like fine.
It's not worth watching though.
I'm not gonna finish it.
Yeah. Well, you can if you want to. Don't take my word for it.
No. I watched 3 eps and I was like, okay, I totally understand what they're doing here. Yeah, on to the next.
Oscar's still gay.
Oh yeah.
He's back. He's the only holdover. Okay, so what's your criteria for this power ranking?
Sit up straight, humps.
You don't have to.
Motherfucker.
Okay. 10 people. I like the cut of their jib. Okay, is this company wide or is this New York only?
No, content only. This does not include behind the scenes. They're the real stars. They work harder than anybody. They should all make more than Nicky Smokes. So, like, I didn't include camera, production, editors. There's a lot of them that I like the cut of their jib, but this is straight content only. Straight content only.
They all work harder than Nicky Smokes?
Behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everybody that's ever worked here behind the scenes?
I'm fucking with him.
What about Michelangelo?
What about him?
Does he?
I don't know what happened there. That's not.
Yes, you do.
Not. I mean, I know he like
You
held.
just don't want to say.
I know he held Monkey Boy hostage, but I don't know about like his work ethic and stuff. I just know that he wouldn't let go of Monkey Boy.
Yeah, he wouldn't let go of Monkey Boy, and there was like meetings set up. There's like that movie Ransom with Mel Gibson.
But
he's like, give me back my son.
Was he trying to get money for the footage? Like actually?
I'm not sure exactly. You know this story better than I do.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
You 100% do, but you're being a nice guy, Nate. So this is 10 people, content-wise, that you like the cut of their jib. And is New York only?
No.
All Barstool wide.
Why would it be New? We're one company, brother. We're one company.
I didn't know if you're just trying to give some more shine to the New York office, or you.
I don't discriminate. No, I just see one office. I see Barstool.
True, because what about the L.A. office?
Nick Insider, Heath,
or the Austin office,
Jesse Lowe,
or the Boston office.
Jerry Thornton,
Kirk, Whitney.
Whitney is in
the Boston office is deep. The Philly office,
Jordy,
$1 million worth of game.
Yes, we
have offices all over the place.
Fran.
Well, we're doing the roommate. Did you ever have any weird roommates?
No. Tommy. I mean, I basically gave Tommy that whole list. But
really, did you have Kate and Radio Bren?
Yeah, it's on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on there. No, we went deep into there are some ridiculous ones.
I was also talking about how much Barstool people love to gossip. I'm
out of that game.
That's not true at all. Me, you, and Tommy had an all-time gossip session one time after we did an omakase dinner. And we talked.
Oh, no. Stop. We ain't talking about
Barstool
hook up.
Yeah, that's ever happened off camera. And I think we got to 100.
Yeah, we got so many.
We got to 100.
We got
of
so
them.
many.
But I'm telling you, the gossip is deep. Let's get into the top 10 people that.
Once we got into the 40s, it got like, holy shit, we got so many more to go.
And there were some people that have 40 on their own. 10 people I like the cut.
What was that face?
10 people I like the cut of their jib. 10 people that Eric Nathan likes the cut of their jib at Barstool. Let's start at 10. Dana Beers.
I had to start with, coming hot. And this is an order, but, you can move people around, obviously. I feel like everybody should look at Dana and be like, I should be more like him. He does everything well. He can make a documentary, and it'll be awesome. He can do the video series with Francis, hilarious. He can play on the basketball team.
He and Yug. Have you said Yug?
I don't, the binge drinking, but
Fair enough. But you love Dana Beers. So this is going to be a suck-off list.
nice things only.
Okay, this is a suck-off
I
list.
think your job is to get me to say like disparaging things about people.
Oh, so I'm allowed to try to do that, or you're trying to fight against this?
I think you have been trying.
No, I haven't. I'm just trying to have you. I feel like you were about to be just. You said that Smitty gets butthurt, and I tried to bring you back towards the light.
He was the number one person during the old 2016, 17 power ranking era. He was the number one person who would get upset. That's just me being honest.
Who else would get upset?
YP.
Yeah, but you and him just hated each other.
Yeah, he's not a nice guy.
He's not?
Towards me, I don't know. He might be in real whatever to his friends.
Oh, but he wasn't nice to you?
I don't think he was friendly towards me. No.
He was what? He would do mean impressions.
I forgot about that.
He was good. He was good at impressions.
His general and porn stars, his two big things.
But he did love porn stars.
Love them.
Yeah, but you pushed him over that one time.
Bodied him.
Yeah.
Bodied him.
Fuck, if I had known we were going to get into
good
this,
old days.
If I had,
I'm a different person now, Ron. You know that.
Yeah, because you don't have anybody antagonizing you. Actually, you do have more people antagonizing you than
And people know.
Yeah. Have you gotten into let's put the number at 3.5 arguments at your desk over the last
3, right?
Is 3 right on the dot?
It's 3.
With who?
Wait, who was the second?
Just say the list of the 3 if there's 3.
Owen, John Kelly, and Keeks.
And Keeks?
Yeah, she yelled at me.
What about what?
Who knows?
What did she say?
Stop. See, this is you. This is.
All right, let's get back to the list. Those are 3 big fights.
They were all good. I'm good with everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, who's number 9?
What's your chuckling?
Because I just want to hear what these fights are about. 10 people you like the cut of their jib.
Dave. The boss.
Okay, I'm sure that Dave needs you to suck him off.
Oh, no. I wanted to be real.
Okay, why do you like the cut of his jib?
He doesn't have to do any of this. He doesn't have to do any of it. He could have just been like, no, I'm retired. I have a $50 million mansion. And he brought this whole thing back when he could have just said no. And I think that's very under talked about, maybe under known. I don't even know if people know that. He could have just hit the off switch and been like, bye, and we would all be on the street. And he didn't.
I heard a story recently that early on, Dave did not have as much money as everybody was assuming.
Early on, how early? What are you saying?
Maybe pre-churning or right around the churning time.
I mean, he tried to offload his horse debt to Churnin, in the deal.
What's horse debt?
He was if I recall correctly, he was, or maybe he tried to get the horses on their books, but he was also on a huge gambling downswing, and he tried to pass the gambling downswing to Churnin in that deal. I can't exactly.
Is that public knowledge? I don't think I've ever heard that story.
He said it on the rundown way back in the day.
You don't miss a fucking thing. So Dave gets sucked off. Dave, he's running a charity in here.
Yeah.
Just hiring a bunch of people who take Tylenol. As 2 Tylenol eaters in here, we've eaten Tylenol before.
I mean, my mom must have lived at the Tylenol factory.
Yeah, she was Miss Pac-Man with the Tylenol.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
Just chomping down at the
If I talked to her, I would ask.
You don't talk to your mom?
Nah.
Why?
I've talked about this on K. I just wanted to throw that in there. Go listen to KSC Radio.
No, I want to hear about it now. You don't talk to your mom?
Very, very, very little.
Why?
years of bad stuff.
You should talk to your mom though.
See, that's a huge thing. Is it shouldn't just be like call your parents. Like there's sometimes people have reasons not to. You don't get to choose how they treat you, and it's okay to cut them off.
To cut off your parents.
Yeah.
You're in therapy.
Oh yeah. Took a lot. I mean, one of the big realizations to become Nice Guy Nate was like you don't have to be a piece of shit to people. For a very long time
Don't you realize that's good for content? Don't you realize that's good for RoneDotCom if you're a piece of shit to people?
That's the thing. When I was doing the power rankings and was the dog and going after people and stuff, that worked great. It was great content.
But it was exhausting.
It
hurt your soul.
But it became like my role at the company, and I mean, it worked for 5, 6, 7, however many years, and it comes out every once in a while. But I'm in a better place now.
You could see people go through therapy live. You could tell.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know what you're gonna say. Yeah,
you could tell Smitty was in it. I mean, you could see Nicky Smokes in.
I texted him last night. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I've seen this so many times at this company. Sometimes people like, what is the world? Like, what do I do here? Some people find God. Like, we see it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, this place is very stressed. People are like, you just talking to a mic. You just do podcasts. It can be stressful
because people are making opinions based on
on
who you are as a person.
You start reading replies, and it's a domino effect, and then you
internalize.
Yeah.
Number 8, Blog Gang. The fuck is Blog Gang?
Blog Gang is the people who just grind out the blog. So we have a website, BarstoolSports.com.
Wasn't aware.
Yeah. Also on an app. And the blog used to really matter here, and now it doesn't.
Why?
Well, I mean, it does. It still makes us a lot of money, but
how?
I could show you the chart. They said I wasn't allowed to send it to everybody, but it showed how much money the blog makes, like per click, per 1,000 clicks, whatever. Way more than you would think.
Really?
But Blog Gang is people who just grind it out every day. The Reeks, I wake up every morning. Jordy already has 3 things sent for a review.
Does it make enough money? Like, how many salaries of bloggers could it cover?
What do you mean? I'm not sure how to answer that, to be honest.
How many salaries of the people who write on the blog?
I think the blogging, the grinders pay for their salary through their page views.
Really?
Yeah. It's like Jordy, Greeny, Reegs, John Rich, Hubs.
How many people is Blog Gang?
I was listing them. It's probably. I wish it was more, but like just.
Is it 10 people or is it 24 people?
It's probably 10ish.
10ish?
Yeah. I wish it was more. Obviously, I think. I mean, you talk to Kevin, Big Cat, Dave, whatever. They still say like their funniest stuff is stuff that they've written in the past. Like whenever people have like a huge announcement, like I'm having a baby, I'm getting married, they always do it in the blog. It's just like such a perfect way. But people, it's so much easier to just open TikTok, make a video than to use our back end.
Well, people should just dictate it into the blog.
Well, I mean, there's nothing from leadership from up top saying you must blog. So no.
What do you mean leadership?
The powers that be.
What do you mean powers that be? Who would you classify as leadership within Barstool?
Dave and Big Cat.
Oh, you're saying so they don't tell people to blog enough.
So if they don't tell people to blog, people aren't going to blog. Simple as that.
Don't you think Dave says he doesn't tell anybody to blog, or he doesn't care anymore?
It's hard to tell. It doesn't seem like he has a mandate. Like, hey, we hired you. This is the blog. It could be, which is a good thing, right? It's like make your own. People know it's an option. People know it's.
Wasn't there a time of people getting put on performance plans to blog though?
I think that was during Penn, and that was for our own good.
Right.
That was to save our own.
So does that still happen or not really? Mm-mm. People don't have quotas anymore?
No.
Got it.
Which I think is better. I think it's like, hey, if you don't want to utilize this massive platform, you don't have to. And I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes it's just daunting. Just I have to type words now, and you've done it forever. It's like sometimes you're just out of words to type.
Yeah.
But I do think it's very underutilized. But shout out Blog Gang.
Number 7.
Ken Jack.
Ken Jack, wow.
I think people like him, but him specifically, who he doesn't make a ruckus. He does graphics for so many shows. He writes for so many shows. He's always helping with other people's projects. And he never will tweet like, that was me, or I did that. He's just head down, grinds, does so much stuff for so many other people, and probably does. And that kind of can hurt you at Barstool when you don't make everything about yourself. If you're just like a good work, head down
You need
grinder.
to put your name in the title of the show.
It's unfortunate because it's unfortunate though because like he doesn't get the notoriety that he probably
Lights,
deserves.
camera, Kenjack would be.
Yeah, like, and so I feel I sometimes like feel for him. It's like, man, this guy's put in so many hours for so many other people. We don't have credits rolling at the end. You know, it's just like
What are some of the shows that he's worked on and written for?
I mean, does Lights Camera, he does Bracket. He does like whenever we do like NFL draft special, NBA, Oscars, he's always making graphics for all that shit. I don't know what Anus or not Anus. Does he do shit for Boy Dad? Not Boy Dad. Maybe I'm thinking. Does he do shit for Anus?
Maybe.
Yeah, I
can't
can't
know.
remember.
I'm asking.
I just know that he's always, hey, can you make me a Photoshop for this? Can you make me a graphic?
Got it.
And there's other people like him, I'm sure, but like he's, I think, some that I've worked closely with who's just like, he wants other people's projects to succeed and he's willing to put in work for other people without credit. And I think that's awesome.
Salute to Kenjack. Number 6 on the list. Chicks in the Office.
Massive podcast. Just
That's true.
massive, good workers, nice people, great team.
Top 3 podcast at Barstool?
I don't know. Do you see that stuff? I'm not on that listserv.
It might be.
I don't even know. I mean, it's top heavy, right? It's like Foreplay's huge, Chiclet's huge, Parmatic huge.
Son of a boy, Dad.
Average.
You got to recheck the charts.
I don't see the charts. I don't know the charts.
Gotta recheck the charts.
I'm sure you guys are massive.
But yes, Chicks in the Office. Not only that, but they also get huge deals.
Huge deals.
Fat deals. And like the live tour stuff goes crazy.
Yeah, they are, and they're just a great run machine. It's just like tour, podcast, brand deals. And then they got all their socials are just like I just think they do everything great.
Yes. Shout out to Chicks in the Office. And shout out to the ladies of New York. Number 5 on the list. Let's get into the top 5. Devlin.
This is kind of like a Kenjack. Just what can I do to make money for Barstool?
Ian, did you just fist pump for Devlin?
Yeah.
I like Devlin too.
He threw a parade in there.
Yeah, Devlin.
Yeah, no, he ran Rough and Rowdy for a very long time. He was doing a
Thanklessly.
ton for Rough and Rowdy, and then Rough and Rowdy, I guess, is on the back burner now.
Right.
So now he's number 1 through number 3 blogger every single week. It's just he picks up the lunch pail and the hard hat and he goes to work, doesn't complain.
Crushes it on social.
Yeah, he does largest stuff. I guess him and Ian are lovers. Like,
He's a grinder for sure.
grinder.
He was what was his like a Madison Beer like Chargers girl vlog this yesterday or something that was doing numbies?
Sure did huge numbies.
Yeah, he gets it.
He gets it. He does.
And he'll go smutler on the people if he has to.
He understands blog topics and headlines and thumbnails very.
The salaciousness of the titty.
He's a man of the people.
No one gets the titty like Devlin.
Sure.
Don't you think he understands the power of the titty?
He does. You're not wrong. I just never heard it said like. Who do you keep looking at?
I was just Robbie Fox came walking by with an Oasis shirt on, and I was like, "Didn't you guys go to Oasis together?" But I got distracted.
Ad for it.
Top 4 right here. Number 4,
Biblical.
Dante the Don.
I had to put him in, or he'd never, leave me alone.
So you're saying he's one of the people that would get butthurt about the power rankings?
Yes, if I still, yeah. I mean, I don't think he was like employed when I did them before.
Right.
So I never had to deal with that. But yeah, no. I love Dante. Actually, Dante, my favorite Dante story is me and Robbie went to Cardiff for Oasis, and Dante was telling us that he's going to be there. And we're just like, sure, Dante. Like, there's no chance you're going to be in Cardiff. And then day of the show, no replies on text. He puts nothing on his Instagram story. He's not tweeting. He's completely off the map. 20 minutes before the show, where are you, Dante? No reply. He just drops out of the ceiling at the show 5 minutes before they go on stage with 32-ounce cup of wine. And he's like, let's go, boys.
That was the thing I was going to bring up, but I didn't know if you were going to bring it up first, that he had a big gulp filled to the brim, more than one bottle of wine in a 32-ounce plastic cup.
Yes. That I'm not sure they sold at the stadium. Like, it was awesome. And he had the time of his life. And, yeah, Dante's the man.
So you think he's underappreciated? Do you think people think he's crazy?
I think now he's properly appreciated after Beach House and people have gotten to know who Dante is. I think he's now properly appreciated. Dante doesn't sleep. It's not an act. He owns all these bars and clubs or whatever. He blogs at all hours.
How does
of
that
the
happen?
night.
How can he afford that? How much does a bar cost?
I don't know. Financials, Ron? What are you asking me?
Well, why don't you own a bar then?
What? What are you talking about?
Like, how can Dante afford to own a bar?
He's in the hospitality business. I'm not.
But how does he get into the hospitality business if he was a DJ that was working for Barstool? Like, we know his upbringing.
I don't know.
How does he have so much money?
I think he went from, washing dishes to bussing to managing to ownership.
Yeah, and it's also like a lot of people
grinder.
who go into the restaurant business go broke because that's like the turnover rate is very high and like it's hard to keep
Dante really sleeps 3 hours a night. Like he submits blogs at all hours when he should be sleeping. He writes very long, very passionately, and he probably doesn't have to. He just loves the grind. He loves working.
Yeah, he was blogging at Beach House.
Yeah, like he was blackout blogging about Juicy Smutlet. Like he loves it.
Juicy Smutlet is very funny. That's Brianna's co-star.
It's Jussie?
No, it's Justice.
No, it's what?
Top 3. Number 3, Nikki Smokes. Wow.
I love Nicky Smokes.
Do you actually?
I truly do.
This list is airing towards ironic these last.
Why?
Because it's like that you're saying that you love him, but it's like you
Nicky
like
Smokes
ironically love him.
is old school. He's willing to put everything out there when people are so concerned about their image and everybody wants to cultivate, this image and scared to put stuff out there. Nicky Smokes puts everything out there. He has no filter and he's just unapologetically himself.
But don't you think that now he's realizing that he put too much out there and so he's trying to dial it back?
I hope not.
I hope not too.
I hope not.
But that's kind of when I said he seems depressed.
Well, he found
today.
God, yeah, but
Yeah.
I think Nicky Smokes will always be Nicky Smokes.
I just hope that God doesn't get in the way of him fucking something strange.
I think he can separate the two. Separate that, yeah. Like he can
Get baptized, wash away your sins.
he'll still go to church on Sunday, but he'll, have to push like 3 6s out of the way to get there. Like he's
3 6s.
Yeah, an 18.
That's a bar.
Yeah. So no, Nicky Smokes. He and I really when he gets all emotional and he's like, I love Barstool. I truly believe him. I think he loves this place.
He does.
And you know what made me mad? I'm glad I was on the right side of history on this one. When he got hired off the bet with Dave, and people, I don't care what people externally say, he doesn't deserve it, 100K, whatever. People internally
Like
should
who?
be. I honestly, I knew you were gonna ask that, and I purposely didn't look up who because I didn't want to be triggered. So but I just remember him being mad at people internally, like, what the fuck are you guys care what I get paid? Like, I want to bet with Dave. Be mad at Dave for paying me this. Don't get mad at me for taking it. And I remember being on the right side.
Was Little Sass one of them?
I have no idea. I have no clue.
Maybe.
I have no clue. You love just throwing him in.
Yeah, I tried.
No,
I didn't answer.
People who were mad at Nicky Smokes for accepting a salary like crazy.
Yeah, well, you have to get as much as you want for yourself and for your family.
Yeah, of course. What is he gonna do? No, Dave, give me less money.
Yeah, no one ever gonna. You always have to advocate for the most for yourself.
Crazy.
Yeah, I wonder who in here like if people knew if it was like a sports team and you could see everybody's salary. You know how when last year the Eagles signed someone for Bryce Huff, 3 years, $51 million, $17 million a year. I think he had 1.5 sacks, and everybody's like $17 million, and you're giving 1.5 sacks. I wonder who in here, if every salary was transparent, that they'd be like, you're giving him this fucking much money. It'd be a bad business proposition for
Ignorance
Dave.
is bliss. Yeah, it's just you can't worry about it.
Says the guy who's
Here we go.
very
What?
publicly
What?
was the first
What?
was in the first 10 employees hired and didn't get equity.
That's worrying about my own bag.
Yeah, that's
not
what I'm
worrying about
saying.
other people's bags.
saying- but-
You're allowed to worry about your own bag.
You saw what everybody else got
but
paid.
I don't care. I don't know how much anybody got. I don't
But
even know.
you saw that they got paid.
You're trying to do something, but that ain't it because I'm worried about my own money.
Well,
That would be like me getting mad at you if you made more money.
which I don't.
You definitely make more than I do.
No way. You're the editor-in-chief of the blog. But
What was this, 2012? What am I, that doesn't matter.
Well,
You're RoneDotCom.
yeah, but that's nice.
King
you
of the
to say.
dot.
That's nice of you to say. But I'm just saying that if I were in your position,
1-3, say how much.
huh? If I were in your position, I would want to get paid in the equity conversation too, and I would see that everybody else is getting paid, and I would want that.
It would have been nice if I could go back to when I was hired in 2013, it'd been like,
I play golf.
Yeah, honestly. But no, if I go back to 2013, I would be like, hey, can I get 1%?
1%?
0.1%.
What would that have come out
No,
to?
not 1% was millions. I want 0.1%.
No, that's how much you win in a fucking average weekend playing poker.
Brother, you've seen me play.
No, you just played scared that one time.
Yeah, that was fucking bullshit.
That was dumb of you.
I'm an idiot.
Okay, number 2 on the list.
Now it's gonna get sucking off. All
right.
Yeah, no, we can
motor through this
I know,
one.
you already glazed him. Oh, he's the funniest guy off camera.
I think he is funny off
I know, I do too. I couldn't. Tommy could have a flight from JFK at 1 p.m. and he'll still be here at 9 because he has stuff to do. Tommy just wants to make content. I think people were like, oh, Tommy's the bit guy or this or that. Tommy
he is,
but first of all, that's just his personality. But I think Tommy loves working more than people give him credit for. Tommy's always trying to work, always trying to just make. Maybe his brand of comedy is not for you, but he's always trying to make comedy. He's always hustling. He's never like, oh, well, I got in at, my flight landed at 10 p.m. last night, so I'm not coming in today. He's still here first thing in the morning working on something. I think Tommy grinds harder than people give him credit for.
And except for you, who you're currently giving him credit for how hard.
Someone has to give him credit for grinding.
I feel like I'm always sucking him off for
I
fucking
know.
grinding.
That's why we said we could power through it. We've done enough Tommy dick sucking for the week.
JFC legend.
Ugh, no, I'm joking. Little dog.com?
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to do a power ranking.
Number 11. Number 11.
He won't get in the mud. I'm trying to drag him into the mud.
Nobody wants the top 10 people you like.
Hey, make your own list, motherfucker.
I'm just saying, people want the dog who he hates.
See, here it is. This is it.
He said he'd gone through too much therapy to do that. He said too much better help to make that happen. I've dragged little bits and pieces out of it.
I think this has been very good.
Yeah. I mean, it has been because you've been sucking everybody off. But for your mental health, it's been good.
I can confirm that Gaz was sitting out there watching this going, this list fucking sucks.
Gaz can make his own list.
Wait, who's number 1?
Yeah, number 1. Let's get it live. Robbie Fox?
Yeah.
I mean, Robbie Fox is easy to suck off.
That stinks, though.
Make your own fucking list, motherfucker!
Top 10 people I hate. Nate.
Good! Make the list!
Yeah, exactly.
God!
So, Robbie Fox, get to sucking Robbie.
Yeah.
You get it.
Hard worker, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he's the hard worker, nicest guy. Easy to be around, edits his own shit.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Nate, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, we didn't do the other ones.
What's the other ones?
Top one favorite Kirk Minahan, the company. Kirk Minahan, hey!
See, I would have said Dave Cullinane. Top 2 people whose content should be sold way more easily. Caroline, okay.
She has a video go viral every single week.
And how would you sell that if you were on the sales
I have no idea.
Well, you just said, you're obviously saying
I don't know how
easily.
I don't know. You pick up the phone and you say, hey, Caroline's videos get millions of views every week, usually on someone else's Twitter account. But we should sell Caroline. She makes videos that go in the bazillions of views every single week.
And so how should we sell those videos? You put a watermark on it?
I don't know what Salesforce is, but you go to Salesforce and you go 1 Caroline video for how much money?
Okay. I also think that Caroline's very talented. And number 1, Wonton Don.
He tweeted that they couldn't do Peekin' with Biz because they didn't have sponsors, and Biz had to get on the phone and call Protein Puck and someone else. And I'm like, Wonton Don should be in a bidding war with Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, etc. for a show, and we have him, and he loves working here. Let's get Biz shouldn't be picking up the phone to sell Wonton Don. Wonton Don should have his own sales team.
Okay, so it's sales team under the bus right now.
I don't know how it works. I just know that it
You just know they should do better.
I just know that both of them, their content should be sold. What is this one?
When is my birthday?
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know how that got in there. Oh, October 10th.
Oh, wow, that's coming out.
I don't know how that got in there. Is that you?
Yeah, I think we put that on. But the top 5 people I wish still blogged. Dave.
Best blogger of all time.
Clickbait Schmidt.
He was one of a kind where he got mad about page views, so he made up Clickbait Schmidt to get page views, and it crushed.
Yeah, it was timeless. A timeless move by him. Number 3. PFT, one of the best of all time.
I mean, go back to 2012 or whatever. Just
2017.
I mean,
Mondays in 2000.
Just
football.
Best football blogger to ever hit the internet.
Honestly, it even hit harder in the blog than it does listening to Part of My Take, even though it's a bigger audience. But like reading the joke is like, it's like, how is he doing this?
We should have published all his blogs into a book. I guess they were time sensitive, but whatever.
Number 2, Nick. Nick's so funny at the written word.
One time he had our engineering team, back-end team, write code so we could do a choose your own adventure blog, and it's probably like my top 3 favorite blogs ever.
Nick,
it doesn't even work anymore.
Actually, people don't give him credit for it. This is one where
he was a very quick, like, he probably only blogged for maybe a year until he like took on all these other ventures, but like his hit rate was 100%.
Tell me number 1.
Kyle.
Has to be Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, another guy that, I mean, very early to the blog game, different than whenever people were like, I could blog, I could write here, like, be as creative as any of those 5. I just don't want to read like, you know, the Detroit Lions went play action on 2nd down. You gotta be.
Who was that a shot at?
Nobody. Like, just in general, like
Castellani.
No, you fucking asshole.
Greeny.
I would neither. I'm saying people who want to work here, like, you gotta be creative and different. There's a lot of the same people. Like, it's very hard to get. I think it's because of like now everybody's on TikTok and video and stuff that you're not going to get creative writers anymore. I haven't seen like a unique creative writer like anybody on that list in years. I guess Tate, actually. He's the most recent person who was like, I understand how to blog.
Does he blog a lot still?
Unfortunately not.
You think people just kind of graduate out of the blog?
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, he was sharp and he understood blogging and, you know, how to cultivate, like, he understood how to like cultivate a personality through the written word, and it's why he's, you know, got hired and all that stuff.
What about Francis?
Well, he has other ventures going on right now. He's one of the best. I think the way he can craft a story is just unbelievable. Like, I think
he belongs on the list, I would say.
Yeah, but I couldn't put him on because I know he's doing other stuff right now.
What does that mean?
He's writing a book.
Okay, any more lists?
I think that's it.
Eric, an absolute pleasure. Always a good ass time to have you in here on RoneDotCom.
Biblical.
Truly biblical. I'm happy. I'm so happy you found Christ.
I wouldn't go that far.
All right, fair enough. Call your mom, brother. All right. Shout out to Eric for coming in here and giving us a list. We finally got his ass to give us some fucking juice. Ron, how's it feel to be facilitating our social malaise? That's funny. Ron, we sent you Francis and Harry to save the day to our Texas wedding at the New York office. I did not get that, but that is so nice. That would be so fun. Francis, #1 writer at Barstool. Agree. If Jackie and Una are looking for content ideas, why don't you have them resuscitate lowering the bar, easy low-cast content that gets views. Crazy that Vibs abandoned it. I don't know what happened with that. Ron, who's the next to jump ship to Chi-Town? I say probably Meek Phil, Dean, Click, Eric S., Francis, Dan K. Like that list. Too bad Texas is ass. Rona sent Francis some son of a boy dad hats. Did he get them? Yes. I think one of them is worn on the next episode or something. Or no, maybe that's not it. Do we have another guy? We have another guy. Hell yes. Tommy Smokes.
What's up?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Good. How are you, brother?
Good. Did you hear that did you hear Nate sucked you off and I sucked you off?
So I just started watching and I saw Nate ranked me #2 on Cut of Their Jib list, and so then he said that you had already sucked me off. I missed that, so that I keep a notes app list of things to do, and I just added watch back RoneDotCom to hear Rone suck me off. If you have a timestamp for that, you want to make my life easier, or
I'd rather you just saw the whole thing.
All right, yeah. Or if you want to just maybe tell me what you said.
I'd rather you just watch it.
All right, perfect.
It was that you were funny outside of the office.
Oh, thank you.
Who else? Who would you put on that list of top 5 funniest people outside the office?
It's a good question. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, I hope he doesn't hear this, but I think Sam is very funny. Austin's like slave.
Yeah.
Who sits in the corner all day. Like, I think he's very quick-witted and funny, and like obviously doesn't make any content, so people wouldn't know that. I'm trying to think of people like who don't make content.
Like Spider, I think is very funny.
Yeah,
to, like,
Spider's
hang out with.
great.
He's really funny.
Yeah.
Pussy Patrol, Pussy Posse.
I think Robbie Fox is very funny, very
Frankie, Frankie's funny outside the office.
Yeah, Trent. I'll give Trent credit.
Wit.
I haven't hung out a ton with Wit, but I see the potential in him. I see him as a rising star.
That's nice of you to even believe in him.
Yeah.
So this list arose because I was talking with Robbie about him living with Trent. They'll go weeks without talking to each other, and we were talking about funny roommate pairings. And I don't want to step on any, so I feel like maybe we just dive in.
Yeah. So a couple things. I didn't include some of Robbie and Trent's not on here. To me, I don't know, maybe because I know them both, I feel like that's not that crazy. I didn't put me and Spider on here because we were roommates in college. So I didn't put every single one on here, but I tried to get a list of random ones. I did a lot of research last night, texted a lot of group chats, try to go through the files. Some of these I almost feel like are funnier for in-house Barstool people because we know the behind the scenes people better. And there's not a huge list of content people that have lived together, I would say. But some of the combinations of content and behind the scenes people I think is quite funny. And this
Any honorable mentions, or do you want to just?
I put them all on. I just put everything on here.
Okay,
basically.
cool.
This is no particular order, by the way. I ordered this in a way where it's a mix of this isn't least to most random or most to least. It's just a way to. I tried to keep this list engaging.
This is a true Barstool behind-the-scenes list. This is some shit you will get on no other show ever.
Yeah.
And this is all factual. This is nothing opinion-based.
All factual, all confirmed.
All right, bless us with a list. KB and Chuck, that's very funny.
KB No Swag, Chuck Naso, Chuck, one of the top social guys, Gaz's number 2 at this point. They live together right outside, right by the office for, I don't know, a year or two. That's just a funny pairing to me. Two people that I don't think you would ever expect living together. I think they basically just kept to themselves at all times, but that's a funny one to me.
I would wonder what KB is like just at home, probably quiet and thoughtful. And Chuck, I think he is. You see what you see is what you get.
Yeah, I think KB is probably one of the most ideal roommates you could have. I feel like he probably keeps to himself, respectful.
Is
quiet.
He clean though?
I bet he's clean. I don't know. Doesn't he have cats? That would get annoying. I'm allergic to cats, so that would be a no from me. But I bet for the most part he's a tidy guy. Dare I say tidy?
Next up. Oh, I don't. I think I knew this one.
Dana Beers and Noah Ives. So these are two guys I consider good friends. They lived together for a year or two in the West Village in 2020. At the time, I don't think it was that weird because we all kind of started around the same time. We would all sit together on the same side of the office. But looking back, where it's Noah is the producer of Chicks in the Office and Dana is a guy who just got a Yug station. I think very opposite pairs. They said they never hung out. They lived together for maybe a year or two. Never once did they hang out. They would both sit in their rooms. This was during the Dana Beers, Zillion Beers stuff. And I actually think it's funny so I went to Dana's wedding in May. And the fact that Noah wasn't invited and wasn't even, according to Dana, on a maybe, there was never a Noah was going to be invited to Dana's wedding. I think it's you live with a guy for multiple years who you work with. It's not like it was a random guy off Craigslist, and there wasn't even a chance he was getting invited to his wedding.
Well, Dana invited a lot of people, too, from Barstool.
No, not that. A lot of people didn't show up, I think, but he did invite a decent amount, yeah.
Yeah, so it's well, why not just throw Noah the invite?
Well, not even a maybe.
And you and Noah just walked tip to tip, which I thought was a great idea.
Yeah, listen, let me be clear. People are gonna say, "Oh, Tommy stole that from Ron." If anything, you stole that from me. So Noah decided to do this 30 under 30 list in May. Rhea texted me and was like, "Do you have any good ideas for Noah to do for 30 things you got to do before he turns 30. And I have proof. I think it was May 26th. I texted Rhea he should walk top to bottom of Manhattan. And that got publicly posted on their list in like June, a month or two before you guys walk tip to tip. So let's just be clear. It's not an original idea by anyone. It's just a thing people do.
You have spit on your lip.
You have spit on your lip.
No, I don't.
To distract from a great point being made.
I talked about it before June, though. Before his list was out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to know every word that's ever come out of your mouth.
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to see every social post that they post?
I'm just saying it's not like either of us invented the fucking light bulb.
I didn't say. I said that was a good idea.
Yeah, but you said it with some snark.
I wasn't being
snide.
snide.
With a fair amount of. You said you were being very snide.
I was not being snide. There was nothing snide about it. Next up on the list, Trent and Coley. What?
Yeah, this is one I think people don't know. I was actually just talking to Trent about this the other day when he walked tip to tip with me and Noah. It was him, Coley, and some random guy. I think it might have been one of Coley's friends in like deep in Brooklyn. And it would take like an hour to get to the office. Trent and Coley just kind of random. I mean, in retrospect, like, yeah, I could see them getting along, but I think that's one that people just maybe don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like Brooklyn was wasted on those two men.
For sure.
Like they were not outside. Yeah, that was definitely like they could have been anywhere. Awesome. Next up.
So we got Ben DiGiulio on social, Quigs, and Big Ev. Actually, I don't think this one is that random. Like they are three guys around the same age, started around the same time. But I don't know, just put together, it is kind of funny.
Quigs and Big Ev?
Quigs and Big Ev, yeah. Like, I don't know if people would expect that. Ben DiGiulio is a great guy, but he's kind of like a quiet stoner, keeps to himself. Like, it's an interesting three personalities to live together.
Yeah, that's, I guess Big Ev burns it down too, but like, was Quigs like I could see Ben and Ev like sparking up a fat blunt, but like, is Quigs just there? Like, he's just there too?
He's just on the dark web. Smoking weed.
Yeah, they're blacked out. He's on the dark web. It's a good combination. Next up.
So this one, little technicality, but when we first moved to the original New York office, office manager Brett slept on Erica's couch for a little bit. So technically roommates, but not exactly.
That's fucking hilarious. I vaguely remember this. Wait, did she? I thought she had like an office or something like that he could sleep in. Was it like her living room couch?
I'm not positive, but he was sleeping somewhere like in her apartment because he had nowhere else to go.
Like him being in his boxers, like having some Lucky Charms is like a funny image as she like comes out of the, as she comes into the room. Like I think that's very funny.
Like she just has him being like an in-house task rabbit.
I mean, that would be smart because he would just grind away at that.
Oh, for sure.
And now what does Brett do? Is he works for like a boot company in Austin or something like that? Or I always see him at nice dinners.
Last I knew, he worked for a media company in Texas, in Austin. I saw him actually about a year ago. And yeah, seems like he's doing really well.
Handsome guy. Side note, when Nate was on, I talked about the dinner that me, you, and him, or after that omakase dinner, when me, you, and him went out for drinks, and we tried to list 100 people within Barstool that had kissed each other.
Yeah, that's a fun game. I've played that since too.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard
with
to get
whom?
to 100. It's hard to get to 100, but I bet we could. I don't remember. It was during. I don't remember.
That's another good idea by you. Next up for roommates, Nick Turaney and Tyler. Oh, that didn't happen.
Yeah, this is so funny that I had to include on the almost list. But Nick was one of the people I texted, see if he remembered any good ones, and he was like, me and Tyler O'Day were almost roommates. So that almost would have been the perfect Bizarro World compliment to KB and Chuck. Like Nick and KB obviously worked together a bunch. Tyler and Chuck used to work together a bunch. So if they would have been, the idea that like they would have been instead of just like Nick and KB being roommates and Chuck and Tyler being roommates. Like,
yeah, but you would get tired of the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, now I think if this happened, this would have been my favorite one ever. But
well, we have a loud fucker and a quiet fucker.
Who's who?
I mean, I think
I think we know.
Yeah, that's very obvious. Wow, very interesting. Next up, Billy and Mincy. Oh, this is actually one of the funniest ones. I forgot about this. This was a long ass time.
Yeah. So this one I was hesitant to put on because like it was a complicated living situation. I think it was like sort of conjoining rooms, or they shared like a living room at the end of a hallway in like Hoboken or
But you could
Jersey
go from
City,
one
but-
balcony into the other, like, couldn't you?
Yeah. So they were basically roommates for all intents and purposes, and they would come over and hang out in each other's couch. They were a Kramer and Jerry sort of thing.
Yeah, I wonder what that was like, honestly. But I bet that they hung out more than most of the people on this list just because of
I
them
agree.
naturally wanted to hang out.
I know Billy said that all Ben Mintz had for a while was like a mattress on the floor and no other furniture.
You'll have to get to the bottom of this because you're in Chicago, but I talked to Mincy when I was out there last week, and he said that he is doing very well with the ladies.
Yeah? Oh, I gotta ask him about it today.
I mean, he was talking about it within 30 seconds of me and him starting to talk to each other. But he said he's been doing very well, and he has options.
Wow, he's playing the field.
As sad as Nicky Smokes looked, Mincy looked like he got that Holy Spirit. So maybe you and Mincy run a two-man.
Yeah, maybe he's got to be on next season of Beach House.
That would be amazing. Next up, Tyler. Okay, Tyler O'Day, Chuck, and Kyle Mackey.
Yeah, so they were originally hired at the same time to be the heads of like social or viceroy programs. I forget what it was. And they all lived together in like Astoria, and just I don't know, the idea that they worked together all day and then they would go home like the same time at night. And I know there was a lot of tension. Like they would argue in the office about who did the dishes or whatever, and then they'd go back, probably argue more. So
Well, they all occupy a different kind of spot on the Kinsey scale.
What's the Kinsey scale?
Like the Kinsey scale is like suggests that everybody has like some level of like gayness in them, and it's just like how far on the scale.
Oh yeah, they're all on the different ends of the spectrum.
Right, it's just like dot like right around. So people don't know Kyle was he's like a handsome jacked gay brother.
Yeah. He's
he would post on his Instagram like speedo pics.
Yeah, like he was
shredded.
Really nice guy. I don't think anyone ever knew that like he was gay. And then I remember I think it was one Pride parade. He just posted like a banana speedo shirtless at the Pride parade. I was like, oh, guess Kyle's gay. Good for him.
Yeah, great for him. But it must have
One
been
way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, don't like creep out of the closet. Fucking kick it out with a fucking share playing. Next up,
Three good guys. This is one of my favorites ever. So
Robbie...
Alita Bond, I believe that's her last name. She was like a third floor sales girl at the old Barstool office, and she was probably, I don't know, 25, and her and 19-year-old Robbie Fox lived together for like 6 months. It's just so funny to me.
What the hell? How did that come to be?
I think that Robbie like really wanted to move into the city. Like he had maybe just started full time, and Alita was looking too, and they ended up living together before Trent moved in to Alita's to Alita's room.
Robbie is a safe person for a young woman to live with.
For sure.
What do you mean by that?
Like he's not a creep.
Yeah, I agree. Next up on the list. Jordan Berry,
Jake Bass. This one I actually just found out about last night. To be clear, strictly platonic. Jake Bass is now married, actually to Jake Bass now married. But yeah, when they both moved over from Indy, they lived together. I think anytime you have a guy and girl roommate and it's like strictly platonic, I just think that's funny. That's funny to me. That's funny.
It's funny. Something I could never, honestly.
No, me, a guy like me.
Yeah, I mean you're a real shitter.
Right.
You'll camp out on the bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't live with a woman and not fuck her. Like that's just how.
That's not what I was saying. But now I get what you're saying. I said you're a shitter. Like you shit loud.
Yeah, I do. That's it. But I run the water.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Next up on the list, Sass, Owen, Dukes, and Ebo.
So a lot of people that I was asking were like submitting this. I actually don't think this is that crazy. I think because they're all young guys. The only part of this that is funny to me is that little Sasquatch at one point lived with 3 other people, because he is such a a kind of loner, like homebody. The idea of him living with like Dukes, who is one of the biggest frat boys who's ever existed, is kind of funny to me. But obviously, they made magic together, the NFL draft video. So I don't think this one's that crazy, but
wasn't like I feel like I went over there once or twice. Wasn't by the end of it like their like water wasn't working or some shit like that?
I know I went there once or twice. They didn't have a garbage can.
Yeah, maybe that was
They
it.
had a garbage corner.
Yeah.
They just put all their garbage in the corner.
Or like their like dishwasher, like the door of it was cardboard or something like that. Like some weird shit was going on.
Yes, that sounds familiar.
Next up on the list.
This might. Oh no.
Fasoli, Tyler, and Riley Collins. Tyler, this is true.
Tyler, any comment?
No comment. He said Fasoli. Yeah, I just remember him being like, yeah, Fasoli would have like drawn out phone calls with like his mom and stuff like that, being like a good Italian boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I forget. It might have been Owen last night telling me that it was Fasoli, Tyler, and Jack Coleman. He couldn't remember who the third was. If it was Jack Coleman, this might have launched to 1-1. Like that might have launched up there. But yeah, the three, that's Riley Collins, an old social guy, used to work here.
Got fired because someone said an N-word on a gaming stream that he didn't clip.
Yeah. And just Fasoli living with other human beings makes me laugh in general.
Yeah, that's on its face. Very interesting. And finally?
Yeah, this is my favorite one of all time.
Okay. Yeah, this one is so fucking good.
Oh, there's one more after. Let's go to the other one first because I want to save that one for last. Yeah, this one, another Tyler O'Day. Tyler O'Day, Jack McCarthy, and Kareem.
Tyler O'Day helped 3 times on this list.
Tyler O'Day just couldn't stop living with random groups of Barstool employees. Yeah, I don't know. That was one I just found out about. I added it. But Kate, Radio Brennan, Nick Hamilton is my favorite of all time.
It makes no sense. I mean, it has the randomness of a woman platonically living with some males. But like Radio Brennan and Kate, I guess, had the 0 blog 30 going on. But wasn't there a story that like Radio Bren would be playing like Call of Duty at like full blast on speakers at like 3 a.m, and Kate's like a veteran who like who was like actually in it, and she's like trying to sleep as he's like tuk, 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 to the point where their neighbors had to come and like pound on the door and be like, stop, why are you playing Call of Duty on subwoofers?
On YouTube playing like fireworks shows.
Yeah, exactly. Just speed running PTSD.
And I know that like they would work also on High Haters together, like the old Sirius show, which was like I want to say like a 9 or 10 p.m. show, and then like the idea of them having to like do that together and then like go home on the subway to like Astoria is just so good. Like
yeah, Nick Hamilton was he on, so Nick Hamilton's in the chat. He said shout out High Haters. Was he on High Haters too?
I wasn't sure. I thought he could say in the chat if he was. But yeah, that might be my favorite one of all time. R.I.P. Radio Brand.
Did Nick live with Stefan too or something like that? Didn't they have like an Iowa thing?
So. But that one doesn't seem
that's random. They both went to Iowa.
Yeah.
Wow. Classic. Hey, you never lived with anybody, Barstool?
Spider, I said, but I don't think that's
Spider.
that right.
Yeah, that's
like,
not.
We were roommates at Fordham together.
Oh, he said that's how he got hired, was High Haters. So fucking funny. Oh man, what a great list. It's just like a fun stroll down memory lane.
And there could be some. I spread my webs pretty wide last night to try to go to different corners of the office.
But enough about jerking off in the hotel room.
Nice. But yeah, I think this is a pretty comprehensive list. But if there's any we're missing and you're a Barstool employee, shout it out. But some great. What do you think would be the best? What would be like the 2 best sitcoms here? What's Rico doing here?
He's just a grinder, I think. I think that Radio Bren one is really funny, and I think that Chuck, O'Day, and Kyle Mackey is really funny.
Yeah, that would have been good.
That's like 2.5 men-ish. Like, has there ever been a show where it's like, yeah, that just like that, yeah, the Kinsey scale. It's just 3 different levels of like one's all the way straight, one's all the way gay and one is nobody. Nobody knows. Oh, TGA and Tex.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
TGA and Tex is really fucking good. Yeah, amazing. All right, Tommy. Well, this was a very good and productive list, and I think that this opened people's eyes to the strange living situations. And I think people are disappointed that you didn't run back your Mincy and Fran joke.
Yeah, I mean, it just felt like low hanging fruit. Obviously, they never actually lived together. But I think honestly, there's some on here that are just as funny that don't require being entirely made up.
Totally. What are you doing in Chicago?
We got a Mascots live show tonight, our last one. Joe's on Weed, 8 p.m. Doors at 6:30. I'm not sure if there's tickets left, but if there probably are. So if you're in Chicago and you want to come tonight, go by it.
Love it. Tommy Smokes, ladies and gentlemen.
Can't wait to go back and watch what you said about me.
Love you, brother.
Love you.
Vaya con Dios. Tommy Smokes, very nice. Yeah, maybe going on the Yak. Oh, is Sass out there too? Maybe he'll be on the Yak too. Mascots, high five from Cali. Facts. Any videos to send us off? Maybe one or two. Is anything good? Oh, the Bumble. Just throw the Bumbleclot one. Maybe that replaces One Blood, One Heart to end off, because I don't even think I was fried. I think I was just dying laughing at this Bumbleclot video. Just having people hit the Bumbleclot fucking kills me every single time. Yeah. These are the top 5 Bumbleclot moments. Wait till you see number one.
Me Bumbo! Bumbleclot! Rich! Millionaire!
The whole stadium.
How much are you fry?
6.
6 bomber ass clot, pussy bomber blood clot egg.
Yeah, hold them.
Just tickles my brain in the right side. Just so damn good. 6 Bumbleclot eggs is so fucking good. All right, I won't drag it. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us today.
No way, my brother.
Of course.
One blood.
Long time no see, Rastafari.
Me don't know with him, man, down him, man, must be high for me. Every time me look for you, I can't cry, baby. Moonshine, darling, take on the drug. Let me go to bed. One blood, one heart, one destination. Me don't know what me do.
Yes, sir. RoneDotCom. Always an absolute pleasure. Thank you, everybody, for rocking with us. We have so much content coming out. I didn't even really get to talk about it, but it's coming. Fun, something really fun happening this weekend, too. Very fun happening this weekend. Stay tuned to check it out. More fun stuff happening next week. Warm Ones, Clemmer and Meekville, maybe, etc., etc., etc. Keep rocking with us, and shout out to everybody who was in the chat today. See you guys next time.